This has been the longest year of my life, and it's January 29th. So, I have seen on social media that I am not the only one who feels like January beat the shit out of them, to put it quite frank. I'm going to talk about my personal experiences for this month. First, let me show you my journal I made for this year, because this is what is holding. I have a couple journals. I have this one, which is more, I've had this for quite some time now. This is like, I don't really know how to describe this one, but this is more creative, specific to 2025. I have a new one for each year. This is the cover. This is some lace I cut out, just some cute stuff. But moral of the story, I wrote down some bullet points somewhere in here of how this has been the longest year of my life. So I'm going to be covering today, talking about my personal experiences with death, love, patience, loneliness, friends, healing, makeups, and breakups, because in 29 days I've experienced all of these, and it's a lot. So let's start with breakups. I am a person who feels love very, very deeply. I'm actually reading a book right now. Everybody should read this book. I love it so far. It's called The Road Less Traveled. And I'm on the section right now, perfect timing, of love, about love. And I've underlined a couple quotes. Let me see if I can find one. Right now, the book's talking about, I don't know how to say the word, cathexis. I'll put the word up here. The process by which an object becomes important to us. So it's how some people say they love this. I love this. I love that. I love this. But you don't. You cathecize it. Okay, so my camera died and I had to wait for it to charge. But I was saying, cathecting, or whatever it may be, is when you love an object. So it's not really love, pretty much. And then there's a quote here about love. The whole purpose, this author's point of view, is love is not a feeling, and to love someone you must. The root of the love is spiritual growth. So either with yourself or with somebody else, you love them, you want them to grow spiritually, and you want to grow spiritually with them. I'm not done with the section yet. He says couples will always fall out of love, and it is in this instant when they either find that true love is present or absent. To find the true love in a relationship, after you fall out of love and that ecstasy passes and the honeymoon stage is over, that's really when you get to dive deep with your person or with yourself and see if the love is real or not. This is really good. True love is not a feeling by which we are overwhelmed. It is a committed, thoughtful decision. So that's all I'm going to say for this book, because eventually I'm going to dive deep into this, especially when I finish reading. But taking those words of wisdom into breakups, that's what I was talking about, right? Yes, into breakups. I've kind of analyzed, how does this apply to my situation? You know, what is my root? I can't make somebody stay with me, you know, but I have to be sure that, first of all, that's what I want. They have to be sure that that's what they want. And I think it's really important, the spiritual growth, love, or spiritual growth being the root of love, is a very, that's a bar, you know, that's true. And a lot of times you can see yourself as, or you can get in your head oh, I'm controlling, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or that's what they'll say to you. But it is true that you just have the best. Let me be clear. There's a line. There's a very toxic line, and like overbearing, this, that, and the other. But if it's genuine, true love, and you really do have their spiritual growth along with yours together as the motive, then it's love, you know? And with breakups, when you feel those things and then the breakup is occurring, or you feel like it's getting close, or you know, whatever it may be, it's really fucking hard. It's really hard. And it may be, you know, you have one view on something and they have another, and that's kind of where it said it's not love's not necessarily emotion. It's like commitment and compromise, sacrifice, whatever you may be. When you feel, as I said, I'm a person who feels love very, very deeply. I feel like love is more than just like love, you know, like this is so stupid, but like love is life, literally. Like if you have somebody you love next to you, the entire world opens up for opportunity. Genuine love opens up for opportunity, and you can do anything if you're doing it with love. And you know, breaking up and having these emotions is like straight up torture. Like, going to keep it real, everybody focuses on healing and this, that, and the other. Feel it. Like, feel it. There's nothing else I can do. I'm not a type of person where I can go out and distract myself or have a roster lined up or whatever. But just feel it, and nobody ever focuses on the feeling. It's always like, yeah, be sad and then like go for a run or do this or do that. I work out, I'm healthy, I like have a daily routine, whatever. But that's more so my discipline. That's not helping. Like, I'll be real, that's not helping. There's nothing when you want someone, when you genuinely love somebody and you are on the verge of having to say goodbye. It's like the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings in the world, truly, especially when you genuinely have their spiritual, emotional, all of this growth that you aspire for them or that you want for them, that you see what you could have together, you know? Sorry, my bracelet. So it's really hard, and I mean like hard, especially if you're like me and like feel your feelings, you know, like it's so annoying. Like, you could do anything, you could do all the healing stuff, whatever. If it works for you, hallelujah, lucky you. Me, I can do them all, but my head will always be going. So I don't really have advice for it. Like I said, this is just January 2025 has put me in the fucking boxing rink and I'm getting beat down. But with breakups, we'll talk about makeups, because it's really hard when two people love each other very much, and like I said, they're at that point where the honeymoon's over and it's like time for bigger things, time for the true love, the spiritual growth, this, that, and the other. And it's hard. Like, you don't even know. You don't even know like what's coming, what's happened. Like, everything just is like this all the time. And makeups, I think, not even necessarily makeups, I would just say like consideration or like good terms or whatever. If you really love somebody, you never ever can stop loving them, in my opinion. You can love them differently, or you can, in certain circumstances, you can move on and like close a chapter of your life, but it won't be done soon, pretty much. Like, it won't be done immediately. It's just like, I don't know. I have no idea how to explain this to you. Breakups and makeups, dude. And probably up and down, but I will say this, okay. I'm not saying break up and make up and break up and make up and break up and make, like, that's crazy. That's excessive. That's what everybody likes to say is so toxic, and they're kind of right. They are kind of right. So don't do that. Don't do that at all. But if you both have a genuine love for each other, don't give up at the hard part where you discover that genuine love. Like, try, and then if it doesn't work, then we'll face that breakup maybe in February or maybe in March, or who knows, or maybe we won't have to. But yeah, for January, that's all I have for breakups and makeups. I touched a little bit on healing in there as well, but healing, my advice is not to. Like, don't skip the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking ugly crying, like in the bed, like tears streaming down your face, ugly crying, sitting on the bathroom floor, sitting in the shower, like, do what you have to do, okay? As I said, for somebody like me, it's really hard to not do that, but I wish it was. But then once you get it out, then your body's kind of like, okay, period. Once you get it out, then it's like, you know, you're gonna be sad still, and you're gonna feel it still, and it's not going to go away, but you'll be able to lay in your bed and like watch a movie, you know, or hopefully get some sleep, even if it's so hard to fall asleep, or write, or just eat. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, those aspects, those are healing. Feeling is healing. Whoa, that rhymed. Feeling is healing. Yeah. So if you can't find it within yourself to go out and do all these activities that you see on TikTok, or how to feel better, how to get over a breakup, that's fine. That's fine. But feel it, and don't look for like other distractions either. I'd say don't if you're going through breakup, like, don't get on Tinder, don't feel it unless you want to. I'm saying for me personally, like, I couldn't do that. So all right, next, friends. I've made some friends since this month, and it was hard because the first of the month, literally the first of the month, a big boom, and it's been rippling through the rest of the month. But I've made some friends this month, which is really cool and really fun, and nervous, very nerve-wracking for me, because I'm just super introverted and like don't like people knowing my business, which is kind of crazy because I'm spilling my secrets right now. But yeah, it's just nervous, you know, new place, new people you never met before, but it's fun. It's like exciting. And I would listen to a Leo Skeppy podcast actually a couple weeks ago, and it was talking about making new friends, I think, and he said something, it was like, it's just a numbers game. And I was like, wait, but like, it is, you know? So kind of taking the anxiety out of it and being like, oh, like, and just like thinking of like, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, kind of thing. Like, how many, like, can I make a true connection, you know? So yeah, it's fun. But again, it takes energy. Like, this whole month is energy sucking. Okay, now we'll do a really hard one, because we kind of warmed up a little bit, and I will do a really, really hard one, which is death. And unfortunately, I've experienced, you know, this before, in a way, but this month, on the first of the month, big boom, and I'm not going to go into details because it's not me personally necessarily, but I will say what I have learned from it and from this experience and how I view it. So for those that don't know, I believe I'm Catholic, but I also believe in the higher everything, kind of like the universe is one. There's energies. I also believe in like the craft and all that stuff, but at my root I am Catholic, so I do believe in God. And I believe that God is love and love is God and love is the universe and this and the other. So like I said, love is really at the root of all of these. But when you have somebody you love just gone, immediately, you're just left. Like, you're just left. That's it, you're just left. And it's a very hard feeling to explain. But I really don't know. Like, I am stumped. I don't want to get into any specifics, but so I'll talk about what I believe happens after death. I believe that, first of all, energy doesn't die, and that's fact, that's science. So the vessel is gone, the person is gone, the body. But the heart and the love and the soul and this and the that is not. And I know that doesn't really mean shit. Truly, it doesn't really mean shit to us because we're all in 3D and we're all vessels and we're all people and we miss that person and their hugs and their this and their that's. And so it doesn't matter. But I think that especially when the person has this faith in God, in the universe, it doesn't matter what you believe in, because in the end they're all different. It's like same message in different fonts, Buddhism, Catholic, whatever else. Like, we all believe in a higher power, and if you have that faith and that love and the lessons that you share across your life, like, you are going to be blessed, and that's true. Like, you are going to be blessed. And I also believe that in life and afterlife. And I also believe that, like, once people pass, you can feel their love, and you can feel. I actually went to a psychic, and it was like very spontaneous, just like something to do. And right at the very end, she asked me, who is this, and describes the person that just passed away. And I said, oh, okay. And I told her who it was, and she said, yes, they just want you to know that they're around you and they're here and this, that, and the other. And I didn't ask more, which I wish I did, but I didn't want to kind of poke a very sensitive subject. But it like solidifies what I'm saying. And again, if you don't believe in that, then like you're not going to believe in that. But this woman would have had no idea, absolutely none, like none of that happening. So it was very like a wow moment. But I just genuinely believe that, this is so cheesy, but like that death is a rebirth in some form, like butterfly effect, how it affects you, how it affects somebody else, or the spirit itself, the person itself. And like I said, I genuinely don't believe that anybody's ever really gone. So yeah, I don't, again, this isn't an advice thing, this is just talking. With that, love, I mean, this whole thing is about love, so love's getting covered. I'm not gonna like deep dive specifically on love. But patience, God, I have a song I sing to my little cousin and I go, patience, patience. The amount of times that has rang in my head this month is fucking crazy. I feel like I've been doing nothing but being patient and waiting and like being considerate and all of this shit. And it's honestly, I'm like, for what? Like, what the fuck do I have to be patient for? Am I being patient or am I wasting time? So that's something I have to find. But also I do know that being patient sometimes can pay off. Like, if you're back to the breakups, if you and this other person have two different beliefs and you're trying to be like, look, you need to figure this out, I need to figure this out, like, you have to tell me. You can't like push them and be like, tell me now, like, I need to know right now. Give them, don't like waste your time, but give them like, look, okay, I understand, I'll wait while you make up your mind for like this amount of time, but by then you have to get a grip, you know what I mean? So things like that, or being patient with like work and just in general. Like I was doing yoga this morning and a pose was killing me, and the instructor was like, she was like, okay, now deep breath, and being very zen, obviously. And I was like, bitch, like hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I was like, just be patient. Just be patient. It'll be over before you know it. And then the other thing I have is loneliness. I am very lonely. And that's so like, to say, but like it is. It is true. And I used to not be lonely. I used to be alone, but I was not lonely. But lately I've been lonely. And that's also because of obviously everything else that I'm going through. And I live in a new place now and I miss my family and those parts of my life and that comfort of having, you know, somebody by your side or whatever it may be. But I also think that loneliness is very, very essential. Like I have become so much more creative. I'm doing this. Like if I wasn't lonely, I probably wouldn't do this. I also just don't care. Like I couldn't do this years ago because I cared so much about what these other people who I don't even like would think. And I was like, I don't care. Like I'm so lonely now. Who's gonna, like I don't care, you know? What else do I have to do? But it, like I said, it's essential, and it's a phase, I guess. I don't know, but like all this shit is so heavy. And another thing I've learned is compassion. It's like oh my god, I'm very understanding and compassionate and empathetic, but it's hard to balance like compassion and self-respect and, you know, all these things. But that's all that I had written down here for this month. And I hope in the next 2 days of this month I have nothing else that I want to say, because just fucking like too much. Yeah. I'm tired. It's 11 a.m. and I'm tired. Yeah, so that's, if you've been going through stuff this year too, I am not going to take it. I haven't taken it. Oh, protection. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Protection. If bad things are happening to you, and I don't mean like, oh, I stubbed my toe, or like, oh, this, like, I mean like very, very, very life-changing things are happening to you. If the universe is giving you signs, if God is giving you signs, if the higher power is giving you signs, can you please listen? Please, like, please, can you please listen? Because it's not a coincidence. Like, things do not happen coincidentally. And the fact that there have been many very risky and possibly life-threatening things, or just bad things happening to you or around you, like I said, and you're still not like being grateful for your circumstance, why? Like why? You know, like you have to be grateful. You have to care a little, you know? So don't take protection for granted, and recognize when you're protected. Like, even if an accident happens in front of you, think, oh my god, thank you for protecting me, because that could have been me. If I was that car, if I decided to merge in that lane and get over, that could have been me, you know? Or anything. Just be so grateful for protection, and then realize that there's a reason it's happening. If you were not meant to be here, you wouldn't be protected. And even if you feel like there's nothing else you want to do right now, then leave. And you know what I mean? Maybe it's not right now that they're keeping you for, you know? Like, who knows where you could be in 6 months or a year? Who knows? Not you, not me, but the entity protecting you. and the aura protecting you does know. And that's why they're doing it. So just be grateful for it, recognize it, love it, and accept it. And then return the love. Always return the love. So yeah, that's how January has made me feel. That's how January's picked me up, drowned me, threw me around, spun me upside down, not in good ways, and left me here. But like I said, I'm not like, oh, this ruined my whole year, whatever. No, actually, I think that it is kind of preparing me for the year to come, because I have goals this year. I have a lot of goals this year. And I think it's a way of preparing me, like I said. So, like I said, I saw a bunch of people also talking about how January feels so fucking long, and it's like the 72nd day of January or whatever. So I kind of just wanted to rant, I guess, or talk shit. I don't know. But if you feel any of these ways, or if anything I said actually helped you, good. I don't know how good, because I'm just talking, but good. And take what I said into account, actually. And I hope that February will be better for you, and I encourage you do not claim any negative energy and carry it with you for the rest of the year. A bad day or a bad month or a bad week or a bad hour does not define the rest of you. So remember that. And that's all I got. So thank you for watching, and I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I mean genuinely, because your spiritual growth matters to me, as does mine. So